Downsizing can be hard and difficult. Thanks for joining me. Today, we are going to be downsizing, or you're going to downsize with me from a big file cabinet that's over there to a file box, which it's over here. So, as always in this series, we're going to have all the timestamps for the replay that you could go ahead and fast forward. The format of this decluttering series is number one, we go through a question or journaling prompt. Two, we make space first here with what we wrote. Clarity comes before focus, and then we turn on the clock and we take action for those 15 minutes. You could go ahead and skip because you might be coming back to this video. All right, so today, let's pull this up here. We're gonna start, as mentioned, with the journaling prompt, and we're gonna begin as last week. I want you to just take out paper and pen, and of course, I'm gonna join you because this is what I've been doing all week. The first thing that we're gonna do is just what do you have a problem with downsizing? All right, so we're gonna take first minute to talk about that, and I'm going to go ahead and put some music. We're going to get right into it. What are some problems in your filing, or more specifically downsizing from a big file cabinet? Or like me, I had files in the basement, files in the file cabinet, and files in my desk, to files right in here. And I'm going to bring all of that into this box, this lovely box. All right, let's see. What do we have for music? Let's also ask Siri. Hey, Siri, count down 3 minutes. All right, let's take 3 minutes. What problems do you have with filing? Here we go. Thanks for those who are joining live. Hope you have paper and pen. Okay. You're still going on. I got putting absolutely every paperwork into manila folders. I'm going to show you in a second the bag of garbage that I have. And as mentioned, so many areas where I put paperwork. So basement, file cabinet, desk drawer, and then this lovely file cabinet here. Okay, let you keep writing. I definitely want a timer. I want this session to be more 15-minute sessions. And we have a new one. So go ahead and make sure that that's pen to paper. You guys know what a spell is? A spell is words or combination of words of great influence. And we're going to be casting spells, meaning saying goodbye to them because they live in our heads. And remember us last week, those words in the short term affect or influence our feelings. In the midterm, hey Siri, stop. In the midterm, those words become our stories. In the long term, those stories become our reality, and so we keep coming back to this cycle. So we're letting go. We're casting the cycle, and so you might. Hopefully, you're here because you did get frustrated. You are frustrated with all the paperwork, and you want to downsize to a small box like me. And so, kudos to you. So you're gonna take some time to read it out loud for each one. I'm gonna pause. There we go. So we're gonna pause and have you go ahead and read them. So go ahead and read them out loud. Yeah, let them let them out there, air them out, clear your space. We're clearing our space here first before we get to this lovely work, which can be a lot of fun. And as last week, if you haven't watched the binder one, go ahead. We have a playlist where you could go back there, and I made a blog, YSuperstars blog, which I'll put in the comments in the description below too. Okay. I'm glad you read them. It's very important. I have a problem with putting every single paper I have into Manila folders. I have a problem with so many areas that I have for my paperwork, as mentioned, all those places. And last week we took out the word problem and we put in opportunity. So let's go ahead and do that again. And then we're going to add something else to it. Ooh, did you guys hear the slash? Taking out problem, we are putting opportunity. And we're going to create some space. I'm creating space with you live. I have an opportunity with putting everything in Manila folders. I have an opportunity with all the areas of my paperwork. Go ahead and read them out loud. What happens? Again, you're watching the replay, you're joining me here, drop it in the comments. For me, it's the same. Even right now, breathing better. I mean, I do have the window open, I have my diffuser. Go ahead and use everything you have as you prepare for this clearing of your space, starting here. And those words are so powerful. So for me, opening in the chest, that I have an opportunity with all these things. So if you're like me, and you are downsizing, I'm assuming you're here because there is a lot of paperwork. I have paperwork. I like to save paperwork. And as last week, one of the things I discovered with the binders, and this is for you in your process, right here. I want you to now take a look at the opportunity. Now we're gonna switch something on the opportunity part. And again, if you're watching the replay, please drop the comments below, because love to get to hear what's coming up for you as you are changing these words, and as you're clearing your space. And so what we're going to do for the opportunity is put in it's safe. So I'll go first. Okay. It's safe to put everything in manila folders. And one thing that we didn't do last week, as you're sharing this part, is I want you to say it slower and I want you to add a breath. So I'll go ahead and lead by example with this one. It's safe to put everything in manila folders. What's coming up for you? For me, it's giving me permission to accept my process and whatever came up for you. And to the fact is that um the reason you want to be organized, it's you do want space, you do want to find things quicker, and you got systems that have been working for you. And a lot of times it's for me what came up is that I I get to I get to practice this, or I get to every spring or every 3 months to do this. So, which we're gonna get to the tips that I have for the that I got from a whole bunch of videos I watch, and then also from making the same mistake over and over again. I watched this guy who talked about you could either do it right, or do it again. And reality for me, as I said, it's safe to is that it's okay to make those traditions for yourself to take a spring or take a weekend or take once a week through go through paperwork. So anyway, uh love to hear what's coming up for you when you write it's safe too. So we went from a problem that you may see to actually seeing this as an opportunity to do something different. And then we kept going by letting yourself know that it's safe. You're safe. I'm safe. I'm safe to have systems. And there are going to be some times where we get to recycle, we get to come in lives and share this process. I'm doing this because I am downsizing, and I do plan to move, right? And I do want more space in my home. Okay, so we're now in the second stamp of this series, and we went from writing things down to clearing some space for you. Love to know again what comes up for you when you write opportunity, when you say opportunity, and when you say it's safe. Pray, hope that this is a safe space. Thanks for joining me today. All right. Now, the tips for this one, and really, I know that I'm so tempted to go into Staples to get supplies. You guys watch 30 Rock? My husband and I have like this joke, right? Oh, anyway, I'm not sure if I'm gonna say it in here, but if you know the show, all I'm gonna say is the Staples scene because we crack up. So I know it's tempting to go shopping. I know, especially if you're clicking an organization video, I know you have tabs somewhere or little circles, or I'm pretty sure you have posties, right? It's what we have because we're trying. The goal is to minimize, not to buy more stuff. So let's use what we have, and that's what I've decided for this video. I literally wanted to go shopping, and I want to go ahead and use what I have. So whatever you have, I've decided to use this. I bought this for a long time ago, and I still have a lot of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and use it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna follow this category of, and it could be whatever color, really, whatever tickles your pickle here. Okay, so red for important, green is for the stuff that you know you're gonna come back and it's gonna green for go for it may be recycled, may be moved. The yellow, for me, for this system, it's going to be the things that I know I gotta do it like more seasonally, or like my taxes. So yeah, so in other words, this is like for, because that takes a lot of my mental space. And then the green, I'm sorry, the blue for me, it's gonna be other. Now we all know that all our paperwork is important. That's why you're filing them. Duh. We're just getting in the habit of prioritizing and making decisions, right? And making them into those four things. Now, I've cheated a little bit, so I've seen some of my stuff. I have been decluttering. For you, it might be that right now you're gonna open this, or you're gonna look at your file cabinet, and you're gonna create your system. So please go by what your categories are. Um, for me, the red, and the reason why, I watch this lady, is that, let's say in case of emergency, what do I take? This is why I'm downsizing, right? It's what's gonna be in here. It's what I need in a day to day, week to week, month to month. Anything that's gonna be, I don't need to see. It's gonna go in that file cabinet, which is gonna go away. So anyway, your category, I am suggesting 4, so that way you don't have like so many numbers, or 5. This one has 5, whatever you want to use. All right, actually, let's do that. Let's take 2 minutes to write down the categories that you're going to be using for your file downsizing to a file box. Okay, hey Siri, count down 2 minutes. All right, go ahead and write down. Let's put some music. You're going to write down your categories for your file box. All right. Got about a minute. Let's write that down. Name your category. Name your color. So you may be looking at your file box anyway. You know what? I'm going to put myself big so you guys could see. All right. So messy. Ooh, and vulnerable. Okay, I'm going to put it like this. You guys are not reading my beeswax. Okay. So you may also want to do different color if you have. Let's see. Let me show you guys. Actually, I'm deciding not to move the camera. Last time, a lot of stuff fell away and became more messy. Okay, we got the categories in. And what we're gonna do is, so what you're doing is you're deciding what's important for you, and also what's gonna work with colors, and what is it that you're going to keep. So downsizing is about prioritizing, selecting, and truly seeing whether you used a folder or not, right? Like what's happening in your day to day. So that's some of those things for me. Okay. Hey Siri, stop countdown. All right. You may need more time, and that's fine. I'm going to go ahead, and now this is timestamp number 3. Let's go through your file, and I hope again that you do have this, and that we're going to be putting things in categories. And thanks for joining me, guys. Again, you guys are my accountability into clearing space. Okay, hopefully you wrote that down. that is done. Timestamp number 3. Hey Siri, count down 15 minutes. Okay, here we go. 15 minutes to go ahead and labeling your folders into your categories. So the first thing I'm gonna do is to make sure that some of these folders that have not touched in over 3 months, that they come out, because clearly I'm not using them, right? And again, you're downsizing. We're not keeping manuals and things from high school and things like that. I actually have a binder for that, which it's gonna be another video. It's not gonna be this one. We're downsizing to what's most important for us. Okay. And I'm also recycling my Manila folders. So yeah. Okay. So for me, bank information, well, actually, I'm gonna put this out. I might mute this stuff as I'm going through, because these are some private stuff. Hello. All right, thanks for joining me. We are actually in our file. We are color coding our tabs. Of course, we started with the exercise of changing our language, or changing what we say about our systems. You're safe. I'm safe. All right, have you found stuff that you're like, why is this here? Or find paperwork that's outside your mail folder? Drop it in the comments if you have found some of these. All right, so just a hint, because it's so tempting. If you want to start organizing in each folder, hold on to that for right now. We're categorizing, okay? So hold on to, because I know it could be tempting. You could like organize if the papers are like sticking out, but just for right now, we're categorizing. Think through your mail. What are the things that you get every week and that you're going to be filing? If you do see some stuff that are coming out, like, I don't know why I kept this receipt. That's for an old card. How did that get there? I don't know. Okay. Okay. Hey Siri, how much time left? Okay. Still got 9 minutes, guys. So we're just putting the colors. And I'm realizing that between the green of things that are moving and the red are not really, and I probably need more tabs. I believe I have some. I got this at Staples, and I do. You have like a little thing on the top where you could use more of this tab right here. And that's where I'm labeling, putting the colors right next to it and writing in there. You know, when we get in the habit of categorizing, we get in the habit of prioritizing. And the more we do it, the better we get at it. Everything being a practice. So things that I have in here are the things that are in movement that I gotta be checking. We're a bit notorious for parking tickets. Unfortunately, that is taking on my green spot. And I hope Jimmy is not like, why are you giving your business out there? Honey, if you are watching, I mean, people get parking tickets. I know that. Drop in the comments if you think who gets more parking tickets, Jimmy or I. You are correct. You are correct, yeah, Patty. That's my niece. She's a trip. Okay. All right, so I'm not so stressed about my labeling right now, only because I know what we want out of all of this for this 15 minutes is categories. So I'm moving some of my reds to the front, some of my greens, and realizing that the other stuff I really am not looking. I'm taking them out. I'm not using. And you know what's a really big thing? Going paperless, having everything online. I know some of these, especially for my bank, I won't be able to go paperless, just like my cell phone and other things. Okay. All right. I believe we're good. All right. So still have a few more minutes. You're going to have some folders that you haven't opened in months. You already have a little file box. We're going to put that to the side. Okay. But we're doing categories. And I'm really grateful for this time. Thank you for joining me. Good job showing up for yourself. Okay. So I know some of my tabs are like folded, and some of them I have it in Sharpies other than pens. If my husband were to watch this, he'll get a headache because he likes like everything tight. Not for this video. You could go ahead and set another 15-minute timer so you could label it, and so it's nice and pretty. But for me right now, I'm sticking to the categories. Okay. How much more time? All right. So far, I got a few garbage that I'm putting on the floor. a few folders, some extra folders. Actually, that's fine to put extra hanging folders in the back, because you may have a new category or something that came up. So I like to put that all the way in the back. Okay. All right. So that looks good as far as categorizing. And this needs to just go here. Oh, I didn't label that. Okay. Hey Siri, how much time do I have? All right. The process is about giving yourself credit, giving yourself credit for showing up. Doing this for those who are live or those who are just dropping by in Facebook. And James Zito, Patty. You mean in tickets, sweetheart? We all know it's you. Guys, it's my husband. And you know the beauty about parking tickets nowadays? They take pictures and they tell you where. And guess what? I'm crazy. I have a journal, so I know where I'm at every day. And most of them is when he goes to his job, his program. So yeah, Patty. Oh wait, hold on. Just to clarify, Patty gets more tickets. Yeah, I knew you were saying that, Patty. And I gotta tell you, when you track things down, who did this? Well, guess what? You can track it down because nowadays, cameras, technology. Okay, so hopefully you have all these little dots. Here's I'm only doing red, green, and yellows. I realize that I am not gonna have the blue for others, because guess what happens with other? Then you stuff more things. At least that's what happens with me. Let me know if that happens with you in the comments. You create a drunk. Babe, do I want a margarita? When you create a junk drawer, you're going to put more junk. Not drunk. Okay. All right. Here's my tip. Last tip. Let me get my phone. How much time? I believe this was did not give me the timer. Okay, 1 minute. I want to give you your space, people. You're still categorizing, putting the labels in here, recognizing some of the garbage. And again, maybe you're going already in there and you're labeling your file. My rule is always a rule 15 minutes with one focus. What do we have? Fake news? Really, Jimmy? This is after me saying that I'm able to track all his tickets. Yeah. Anyway, we want to make sure that hopefully one day in New York City, instead of mailing you tickets, they just email it to you, giving us more stuff. Goodness, stuff. All right, guys, so far you are safe. Your systems work. You have something. You're showing up to do something different. We're making space because we get the opportunity and it's safe. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2. Time's up. Now, this is the beauty of setting a timer to, it's because it helps us, or definitely I know it helps me. It helps me to now go shift to another task categories, right? Because I don't know about you, I will tend to create, pull everything out, take everything, really get all like seriously tired doing something, and then I left everything a mess. And then what happens? I'm tired, and then little things are left on the floor. I'm very proud of myself that I am relearning how to pace myself. And you guys are a great accountability, because last week was bad. I did a great binder session with you guys, and then the next day I was like back to my old pattern, and that's why I wrote the blog. So again, this is going to be a with a blog as well at YSuperstars. Okay, ysuperstars.com/blog. Look for organization and minimalism, and this process will be there for you. Okay, last timestamp number 3 or 4 at this time. It's that, okay, so two things that I'm going to start doing that I watched in the video I would like to share with you. This is like the recap and the extra thing. You trust yourself with the systems that you come up with. It's great to watch videos, even set yourself a timer, okay, for your videos. So we're going to end up soon. I don't want this one to go too long. Just the tips that I'm gonna start doing, and what didn't work for me. I used to have a hanging folder with, things to file, pending, and then completed. The reason why this didn't work for me, it's because I still had to go and look for this, open it, look for something. And even when things were pending, remember, out of sight, out of mind. And when this was away, I wasn't really taking care of the problems because it was hidden, and also it became another file. So this system for me that I created actually gave me more work. I am gonna have a better a new system when it comes, and I don't have it because I'm gonna find a box. I don't want to go and buy more things. But having something that's it's what he called it, an inbox. How many of you love the crown? Goodness, I love that red box that she gets. It's where she signs things. It's the things that she's got to read. I love that kind of system. So I am looking for an inbox. One of the things though, that if we're not going through that daily, that inbox will become a file cabinet of itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and try that. But one thing that I really do like is this folder system in here, where it's something that could be in a central place for Jimmy and I. Now Jimmy, I know, is watching this while he's decluttering the basement. And I want to be able to have a place for him and I to communicate. And a lot of stuff of those are like our receipts for our programs, things that, hey, can you take care of this? Can you call so and so? And having this in somewhere, if you're working with somebody else, we're going to give this a test. This inside the box where I used to have has not worked, because I really want to get in the habit of going in here once a week, not daily. Who wants to stress themselves out? Not I. So we're going to try the system of having this, something that is super light, where we get to empty out. There are receipts. There will be pending stuff, but it all stays here, because I'm communicating with a teammate, aka my husband, right? And so I'm gonna give that a try. Put that's gonna go in there in my what do you call this thing? Bookshelf. And yeah, so give yourself, test out systems. And reassess, self-reflect to see whether they're working or not. So in recap, we started with the problem of downsizing, having everywhere, things everywhere, to telling yourself, or what is the word? Not convincing. Oh my goodness. Have you ever talked yourself out of something? What we're doing is we're talking ourselves into something. So, into an opportunity, and letting you know that it is safe. Trust yourself, trust your systems. Thank you for joining me. And I will see you next week. I am sorry for the time change. We're going to stick to the 1:30. I'll see you next week at 1:30. Bye, guys.